He's been with you for years and he hasn't proposed. This might hurt, but he's not confused. There are few reasons why that man is not gonna marry you. It might hurt a little bit, but I promise you, you're gonna get over it. Yeah. In this video, I'm gonna be stating a few reasons why I know that men don't want to get married. Maybe not in this life, maybe in the next life. Yeah. Now, marriage is not an achievement in any way. In fact, I have done a video concerning this. It's not an achievement, it's not a ticket to heaven, but this is for women that desire to be married. I know I always say that marriage is a beautiful thing, even though it's not an achievement, yes, but it is very beautiful to get married to the right person at the right time. So everybody is allowed to desire whatsoever they desire. So this video I'm about to make is not for those people that say it must everything be about marriage. Why do you want to get married so badly? No, it's not for you. It's for people that desire to get married, and a beautiful marriage they shall have. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and as usual, let us get straight to the point. Now, number one reason why that man ain't gonna marry you is because one, because of financial pressure. Everybody knows this. Like, men are supposed to be the providers in an not in the natural setting of a home. Men should provide, even though nowadays women also provide with the men, but generally, in the general sense of it, men are tagged as the providers. Now, a man that doesn't want that financial pressure to be on himself, a man that doesn't want to be seen as the, you know, your financial ATM, he is not going to consider getting married to you. And again, the society just views men, just expect men to have a certain level of financial freedom before they get married, before you put a wife in your home and now sum it up with children. No, they have not met up to those financial standards of being comfortable enough to start a family, and they don't want that pressure to be on them. Will you blame them? No, you wouldn't blame them. So that's the very first reason why most men don't want to get married. They want everything to be okay with them financially. They want everything to be perfect. And which, in the sense of it, you cannot get married as a perfect person. It's not. You get married to people, to women who you and her together would build you guys up, build both of you up, and attain the level, attain the height. Nobody ever gets married like having all the financial freedom in the world. I don't think so. You start small. I know that you should be comfortable as a man, but they always want things to be perfect. They always want things to be perfect. Now, the second reason why that man is not going to marry you is because he doesn't want to be emotionally available to you. Many men, while growing up, they are not taught to process emotions deeply. They don't know how to be vulnerable. I continue to say it. We need to do better as parents in this aspect, because you train your son to be less emotional than the daughter. It's not meant to be so. So they don't want to be emotionally vulnerable or attached to anybody, because men are to put up that facade. Men are supposed to be men. So it's better they just remain in their single life, and that emotional vulnerability that is required in a safe space in your home, they don't want to put up with it. They don't want to be emotionally available to anybody. To you that you're dating that man, he doesn't want to be emotionally available to you. And that It's just the truth. Now, you might want to stick with me till the end, because the last point I'm going to be mentioning in this video would shock you. It will throw you off, but I'm going to say it anyway because I stand for the truth on this channel. Okay? Now, the third reason why I feel like men may not want to get married, would not marry you, is because of past trauma. Yeah, these men grow up with traumas that they bottle inside of them. They bottle it up inside of them. And after bottling up inside of them, he's not open to tell anybody, like especially for men that have grown in a household that their both parents were separated. So they take those scars and they just hold it with those trauma, and they just hold it with them, and they don't want to fear, they fear repeating the same patterns in their home. So that fear is still within them, and they don't want to address it. And of course, also past trauma in the sense that they, from past relationships have not gone well with them, so they don't want to get married. They don't trust anybody. In fact, I have a friend on here on YouTube that is of this idea that nobody is good to get married to. Nobody is trustworthy enough to get married to because he's been hurt from the past. Yeah, that's why he's not gonna marry you. No matter what you're doing with him, he's not gonna marry you. And the fourth reason that I feel like men, why he's not gonna marry you, is because the fear of losing that spontaneity, that freedom. When the guys call them and they're like, okay, can we hang out? Nobody to hold them back, nobody to be accountable to. They love that they're single life so much. They love the spontaneity, they love the freedom it comes with. You don't need to, constantly consider any other person's needs. Marriage is actually a lot. So they don't want to put themselves in that box, they don't want to put themselves in that space. And yeah, for reasons best known to them, it's okay to remain single. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And to tell you for a fact, I actually kind of regret taking this whole freedom and spontaneity from my husband. I don't know if I took it from him or he just relaxed himself as a husband, but I'm going to be making another video concerning that. Yeah. Now, that brings me to the fourth or the fifth and most shocking point. The reason why he's not going to marry you is because, simple and straight, he doesn't see you as a wife or as his wife. Yeah, you've been there for years, dating for years, but he doesn't see you as a wife, his own wife rather, because he's just with you to pass time until he finds his wife, the rib, or the rib to his ribs, or the bone to his bone, and the flesh to his flesh. He doesn't see you. And excuse me, that doesn't make him a bad person, because everybody is open to their preferences, their choices. Everybody has freedom to choose or to prefer one thing above the other. But you, as a lady dating that man, you know deep down, you have intuition as a lady, and you know deep down that he doesn't have any long-term plans for you, but you're just there making excuses for him, just there trying to hope that someday he's gonna come around, someday he's gonna, you know, love you deeply the way you love him. Nah, nah. I've known of so many cases that two people would date for a long period of time, 10 years, 9 years, and at the end of the day, you see this man move on to the next girl that he has just dated for months and get married to her. It is very, 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 in short, very possible, if I must say. But you're there, and it doesn't make you a bad person either. There's someone obviously outside for you that will love you to wife you, but you just choose to be in that relationship where There is no long-term plan. There is no future with both of you together. You're just using him to just hope. Just keep hoping. One man's food is another man's poison. Like if you leave that relationship today, obviously there is obviously somebody outside that would value you. But that man that you're seeing right now, he's not going to marry you because he doesn't see you in his future. This is painful, but it's painful, it's hard to digest, but that is just the bitter truth. And you need to wake up from that situation, because there is nothing on earth that you're going to do that is going to make him see you as his wife, that is going to just, I don't know, just make him see you in a different way. There is absolutely nothing that you can do. It doesn't make him bad, it doesn't make him you bad, it doesn't make any of you wrong or right. It's just life. And most of all, these men that will finish using one girl, wasting her time, you yourself, you know that he's wasting your time, or wasting your time, that they will go move on to the next lady that they want to wife, and they have beautiful marriages. I'm telling you, beautiful and successful marriages. So there is nothing like karma will catch up on this one. Nah, there's nothing like that, sis. You're the one wasting your time there. You know deep down, your intuition is telling you, but you just want to be there because you fear that you have spent time enough, you have invested so much time with this man, and there's nobody outside. That's what you just feel. And that's a very, 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 very childish way of thinking. Very, very low way of thinking towards yourself. Okay, that's the last and final reason. Yeah, if you have any reason, or if you feel like this my last point is too harsh, or you don't agree with me on this last point, tell me in the comment section. And that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.